to my channel, guys. Today I want to talk about raving fans. So the footage that you just saw was from my wife and I got invited over to friends of ours who are diehard college football fans, and they had an Iron Bowl party. If you're not from the South, definitely this part of the South around Alabama and the Georgia line, you may not know how huge it is between the rivalry of Auburn, Alabama and the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Well, every year they play during rival week. Every part of the country has rival week, be it HBCU, college football like SEC or Big 12 or Pac-12 or even high school games. We're in Georgia, but the University of Georgia is kind of in North Georgia, and my sister-in-law went there for grad school. You know, it's a mixture in this part of the state where there's Alabama, Georgia, or Auburn households, right? Maybe you got some Tennessee people. Pretty much it's Auburn, Alabama, and Georgia. What does this got to do with this channel? I went to that party yesterday, and I realized, I've always known this, that I'm not really a sports team fan. I am a fan of sports. All right, and I think it's a big difference. I love basketball. I play basketball, so I love the sport. But I don't really have, if I'm honest, I don't really have a team. I love certain players, but I don't have like a team like my friends and like my brother-in-law. And this is important. I didn't go to college, right? So I went to trade school, and I still don't have like a tie to a team like that. And the level of fan that was at that party yesterday is such a teaching moment for me. We had a great time, and I love to be around those kind of fans. I actually like to watch sports with my brother-in-law, who is a die-hard Georgia fan. If you notice, you know, his sons in each of the videos, they had on sports team paraphernalia. You remember back in the video because he is a sports coach, he played in the band, and he's made me understand football even more because he is that kind of fanatical, raving fan. He came to the Auburn, Alabama game. I don't think I have any footage of him, but he came to that game with a Georgia sweatshirt on. Like, we're supposed to be talking about Alabama or Georgia, or we're supposed to be talking about Alabama or Auburn, and he had on a Georgia shirt. And ironically, another couple there, the guy, he had on a Georgia shirt, letting you know, yo, I don't give a damn if we're at an Alabama or Auburn game. It's go dogs to the day I die, right? So I love that. I love that. Why do I love that? Because there's an element of us in business, guys. We have got to create that level of raving fans. Ken Blanchard had a book, excellent book, a quick read. I don't even think you probably can knock that book out in less than 2 hours. But raving fans is something that people have been studied. There's tons and tons of videos on YouTube about this concept, where he says even in business, we have to create a level of connection with our customer, our client, our patrons, our supporters, our staff, our vendors, our community that are really operating and moving like raving fans. A friend of mine was at the Jay-Z museum recently, and she FaceTimed me and showed me videos when she was at his library exhibit, and my heart damn near stopped because I want to go to that museum. I mean, I keep saying museum, it's a library, and she knew I would love it because she knows how big of a fan I am of Jay-Z. So I think sports fans is a different kind of fanatical, and my family in New Orleans, them Saints fans, they are crazy, right? Or Golden State fans, or people that are fans of like college teams. Oh my goodness, them crazy Roll Tide fans from Alabama.
Don't give a pass about number 10. Blitz, Bama, blitz, baby. Blitz, Bama, blitz.
I think they are the worst. I think that Roll Tide fans are just the wild. They are delusional. They think they should win a national championship every year.
Either you got to go to jail the rest of your life, or you got to be a Tennessee fan for a weekend. What are you doing?
I'm going to jail.
Guys, when it comes to fans, the word comes from fanatic. I want you to think about, like in music, Beyonce and the Beehive. I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm learning a whole lot about Taylor Swift and her community of the Swifties and how the range goes from like 5-year-olds to 50-year-olds who love Taylor Swift. There is an element of a connection with your fans. And what happens in business, in particular those in the beauty industry, we have people watching us on Instagram or watching us on Facebook. We really don't have this kind of even camera to face or face to camera relationship. A lot of us are not on YouTube. Even if you're watching me as a beauty professional or a cosmetology student or somebody transitioning away from your corporate job to come to the beauty industry, a lot of times we'll go to Instagram. A lot of times we'll go to maybe TikTok, where we just kind of treat the platforms like a portfolio and not trying to get into a deeper relationship in stories or a deeper relationship in live broadcast or an in-depth, deeper relationship with YouTube. The fact that I've done this challenge and it's made me think about previous episodes or previous videos that I've done, you know, deep into the day 25 or 6. I'm losing sight, guys, of the days, especially this one being a combination of 2 days, yesterday and today. We don't have that connection. And although we may be making money and building business, what the kind of business that a lot of time I hear what people want to build in my coaching calls, in my strategy sessions, inside of my online education membership, people want that kind of raving fan connection where people see, because take somebody like my brother-in-law, you don't have to tell him to buy the merch. Not only does he buy Georgia Bulldog sweaters and sweatshirts and hoodies, hats for himself, but he also does it for his wife, my sister-in-law. He also does it for his 4-year-old son, who may or may not even understand what's going on at 4, but he got Georgia stuff. You dig what I'm saying? He got Atlanta Hawks t-shirts on. Like I said, even at Thanksgiving, my older nephew, he has grown up his whole life and had red and black on his body for as long as I can remember, because the connection to the fan, right? I'm using my brother-in-law. I'm talking about him a lot. You know, I can't wait for him to watch this video, but he's also a HBCU guy, right? So not only his HBCU that he went to, but the whole idea and concept as a whole. That's not done a lot of times in these platforms. It's not done a lot of times in our businesses or our salons or any kind of business that you had. We don't think a lot of times about that dynamic around the town, especially as artists. We have our art, and you should love it, and you should pay for it, and you should just fawn over it. But to really have the relationship that it's another person and they want something, they want to believe in something, they want to, you know, Beyonce's success and Taylor Swift's success is not just because of their music. They're fans. I mean, I'm a fan of Beyonce. We believe in, you know, how she thinks as an artist. Again, I'm really looking forward to watching this film, and I'm probably going to talk about it here on the YouTube channel, because what's being marketed is she's going to give us a behind the scenes on how does she come up with the album concepts or the stage show or her relationship with her fan base, and how she is trying to create products for her fan base. Rihanna created products with Fenty makeup for her fan base. Of course, the world bought Fenty makeup, but they really connect to fans. And when I talk to people in business, I say, well, do you look at your followers like your fans, or do you look at them like raving fans? Do you look at them like family? Do you look at them like you're really having a relationship? And you'll be blown away to find out that people don't think like that. We're not taught to think that way. We're taught to build a business around our art. We're taught to build a business around what we know how to do and get paid for it. But especially in the beauty business, it's this ongoing relationship where people come twice a month, once a week, 4 times a month. You know, these people you see a lot more often than sometimes you see your relatives during the year, and they remember your birthday, and they give you gifts around the holidays, and they are concerned about you when you're sick, you know, because of this relationship. And they deserve Facebook groups. They deserve client appreciation parties. They deserve merchandise that they can feel connected to. They deserve fan clubs, seemingly, right? And the greater teams in sports, they understand that. But the fandom is so important when you think about people who have like Patriots fans. Oh my goodness, Steelers fans. I'm just thinking about teams where people are just, they're die hard. They want to, you know, they wear the merch all the time. They go to the game and tailgate. It's just like a different connection. For instance, my brother-in-law, he went to a whole different college, but he has been a lifelong Georgia fan with him and his uncle and his family. And I sit and I watch and I realize, like, man, maybe I'll never be a fan like that. I like football. I have a Super Bowl party in my house every year. I love basketball. The playoffs at my house, or the whole playoffs though, not like one team. But my brother-in-law is one team.
The Georgia Bulldogs. Go Dogs!
That level of appreciation for a team or a musical artist or a university, guys, we're responsible as business owners to create that dynamic with our staff, with meetings, with encouragement, with contests, with training. We're responsible for that. That's not going to magically happen. You've got to work on having that level of relationship with your clients, with potential clients, with your community and support, especially in small business, because support, not just financial support, but belief and support, it's like currency. Without it, many people, it's a major factor in why businesses die. Some of you guys are that way about me, and I don't know if everybody appreciates it or understand it, but I've always had a very sensory understanding. Like when people meet me and they say, well, man, Ray, you don't know what your videos did. You don't know what your education has done for me. Man, you don't know what your teachings has done for my business. And I have the same response every time. I was like, yes, I do. Not in an arrogant way. It's like I think about that from the very first video I did on YouTube. It's one of the secret sauces, I think, to I'm so conscious of what this is. This feels as deep and profound and connected as if somebody was sitting here at this table and nobody is out here. I'm talking to a camera in the middle of a park. But I've always felt that, and that's why I think, you know, the tribe has grown like it is, and so many of you guys, you know, come from my social media platforms and join our paid offers and come to our events and buy the merch, right? And support what we're doing and reshare the content. And I'm forever grateful, because before I understood or even read Ken Blanchard's book, Raving Fans, I knew that that was important. And I'm working in all ways I can think of to try to help my coaching clients to understand, like, that's our responsibility too. Yes, the branding, yes, the logo, yes, the motto, yes, the, you know, skill set, the tools, but also you got to build a fan base. My brother-in-law is a soccer dad and the coach now, right? And soccer grandmother and soccer mom, of course, and wife of the coach, right? And then we're soccer auntie and uncle. I even had a chance this year to help them create their logo, Go Torpedoes, right? It was my pleasure to do. And we're huge fans, of course, of my nephew, but we've become soccer fans. You know, like I watch soccer on TV now. I watch soccer documentaries because this is probably something he'll do for the rest of his years in school. So that's the closest I think I've felt to a team. You know, I'm a Torpedo fan of, you know, 10 and under soccer, formerly 5 and 6, you know, kicking around a ball. And definitely now, since my brother-in-law is the coach, so I can understand it, you know. And some people look at it as extreme when people break TVs and knock things down, but it's that level of passion that, guys, we gotta think about in small business, period. So if you don't have it, I encourage you, go to a game. Go to a game, go with a fan of some, go sit underneath somebody that's a raving fan. Just watch them, almost like a science experiment. So you can understand, first of all, appreciate them. I literally love even watching sports. I'll ask him, though, man, where you watching the game? Because although I'm not his level of fan, I feel like I enjoy the game more with people that are that passionate about their team. But go to a game, guys. Go to a game, talk to great fans, ask them questions. Why do you love the team like this? What makes you drive 4 hours? What make you tailgate 2 days before the game and set up shop to only be this close to the game, and sometimes don't even go to the game? They just want to talk to other fans. It was so cool at this party when he walked in. There was another guy that had on a Georgia shirt, back-to-back champions, because it's a big deal down here that there's a possibility that they may three-peat. And my brother-in-law talked to him the whole night. I don't think he had ever met him, but it was his person, right? It was a raving fan that was there. Guys, I think about that with the tribe members that are out there. When I see you guys meeting up and taking pictures with one another at events and have on the better gear together, and you know what I mean, you meet up for lunch in your city and you network with one another, you have no idea how excited that makes me, and it makes me want to go even harder in what we're doing with this education company, what we're doing with our content. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And even if you're not doing what I'm doing, if you're looking to build online community, online content. I'll give you one thing that'll change the game for you. Name your people. Name them. Beyonce has the Beehive. Taylor Swift has the Swifties. You know what I mean? The Cleveland Browns have the Dog Pound. You know what I mean? Name your people. Great high schools that have great athletic programs all have great fan bases. Colleges like the Cameron Crazies at Duke. Oftentimes, great fan bases have a name even separate from the team or artist or business or person that they're supporting. Rihanna Navy, Barty Gang, Barbs with Nicki Minaj, Rock Nation with Jay-Z. Like, think of a name for your community and start calling them that every time you talk to them on social media. Welcome back, Tribe. Guys, not only do I have the Tribe membership and Tribe gear, I have a Tribe Talk podcast. We're looking to do Tribe in-person events. You know what I mean? It is a part of the whole fabric of what we do, and there's really no business without the community or without the fans. So I'm just pulling that idea, that whole concept from yesterday. I had a wonderful time. I appreciate the invite. It was cool to just kind of kick back and just eat hot dogs and watch football. Auburn didn't pull it out at the end. Alabama won again. We're almost like by proxy, we want to root for Auburn because they're only 30 minutes away versus Alabama about 2.5 hours. But I think you guys get the point. That's my entry for today. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Leave a comment. Like this video, of course. Let me know if you liked it. And a little bit different, but I told myself I wouldn't just make videos. I would document what happened during the month of November. And that happened yesterday. And today I'm thinking about it on Sunday as I get some miles in. So, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Share this video out if you think somebody can benefit from it.